Hello and welcome. Apologise for the slack pause there. Yeah, that was a bit of a terrible. Right now, got to press me super speed off straight away. It's just one thing that's a little bit annoying that you've got to like keep on doing this. So running more. I think that's now standard run. It is just double speed. Right. So then, this is not a challenge exactly, but Marty, I do like, 93. Okay, is what Marty suggested as a start. Right, yeah, it's not too far from the shop, that's true. He said not the new, and he has also said, so plot 93. Let's have a visit first. So it would start as a grass-fed wet, which, as Marty would know, is like probably one of my preferred starts. Now, is this how do we get on the road? So does he mean, when he says this, plot 93, does he literally mean what is adjoining it? As in, like, yeah, if you, does he mean this farm? That's very, I always used to like this. This is a real cracker. So does it, it looks like it does. It looks like that is actually, so let's visit and let's have a look. I believe once I actually did come on this particular one. So Marty's also, you will notice I've got a million. Yeah, I also, Marty suggested, and it's true, I didn't give this a proper chance, Farm Manager. Because it's so different to what I did give it one chance, and I didn't completely enjoy it, but I didn't completely not enjoy it either. It's one of those things I think you can never really truth, and also I think if you've got to give it you all, if you're going to try anything new, you've got to do it properly, really. So this is the way off. So this is what we would be buying if we were going to start here, and you do get no extra lands if we're going to buy it like this. So what is 151? Let's visit that as well. What do we get here? This looks quite a good production site. We could, I suppose we could actually shake this up a little bit. Well, I didn't really say about having the, you've still got to get here. You can't, this is the edge of the map. So this is more like an additional section to the farm if you look at it. So it looks like if I did New Farmer Start, and I don't know if you can choose this section, this looks like a pig place or something like that. So it is. That's exactly what it is. So this, you would be buying the pig pen. Do we do pigs? Is that what we could do, I suppose? Or we could... No, it has got the pig place. So we would be going with this. This is literally, if it's... Maypole, as I remember, has probably got all animals. This looks like horses. And I haven't done horses yet, really. I've got to be honest, horses were actually one of my favourite starts in FS19 because it was different. You could actually make some money at it. And that was, if I'm honest, the primary reason I actually did do horses in FS19 was it was one of those... when I first played the game, I could not get into the farming element of it. So I was like trying different things. I'd started on forestry. Got into that in a big way, and I decimated entire forests. I did it too much, and I thought, oh yeah, let's like not keep doing this like this, right? So that's just trying to follow the path a little bit, so to get a bit of a feel for this. It's true Maypole character with the so there is a field here as well, field 91. So what do they look? Oh no, it does actually look like it says on the map. So 150 is going to be the fields, and we will need to buy them. So for like the, yeah, I mean, normally I've got to be honest, Cavalier Roy is not a shrinking violet when it comes to big enclosures. I mean, they are normally like monsters, so it's could well be that is what this is. That looks like a medium, or looks like a medium. It wouldn't let me open the roller doors, I doubt it. Yeah, we don't own it. It refuses to like budge for you. So yeah, it's with a feeding robot. I've not had one of those yet. The only bad thing is the manure pit. Yeah, that sort of so far. Imagine it did. Mind you, this is what FS22 was like. I'm not really getting excited because the manure worked for a couple of weeks and then it broke again, and that's what I just so fed up with that particular aspect of the game. So is that... This is the main one that goes to the road. I think it possibly would be. Yeah, it looks like there's two ways in and out, and this is a tight way. Yeah, so this is the farm. If Marty was suggesting us having a farm, which I don't mind at all. I think if it's a nice place, and I'm not being nasty, but let's be honest. This is what I found. So what is 184? Oh, we're in a prison. Seemingly we're in prison. It looks like a house. Yeah, it does look like a house. So it is just a plot. Same, I would, yeah, like all of these, really, I would say. So I know I'm now trapped. So I think we will start with buying this. Then we can have a proper look. If we're going to do this, if we're going to manage a farm, we ought to manage a farm. Ooh, let's go jump to it as well and see what is what, so that we can actually properly do this challenge. So you jump into this right next to this, and this is how many animals? We have bought, unless do you have to? You will. Okay, well I would like to. Yeah, so that's 180. That's fair dues. Let's be honest. So we now own the cow place, and it's showing the icon. So we're definitely good. How many animals did you say? 712. That's a little bit special, isn't it? Right, okay, so we've got animals, definitely, and we've also got two, well, a very large field. Let's go and have a quick look and see how large that field is. Not much. If we're having animals like that, we're not really going to like make use of the field, or you could sort. I very rarely do. It's very good value. So, sales, is there anything in the sales? They will play a part, because we all know that the cost of equipment in FS is quite exorbitant. So two, that one we will definitely have, definitely, and we will indeed go for the extension. Yes, for 15,000 more. It makes it a bit expensive. Well, I do like Rampy Red. I am actually a firm favourite of this one. So it's a 38.5 cubic meter starting one. Yes. So no equipment. Obviously, one of the biggest things is we do need equipment if we're going to do this. But it's not going to take us long. We're going to have a herd. If we're going to go for this, then it makes sense that we would do that. Now, let's have a look at the others. The other adjoining. So what are you? What are you? Chickens. So how much to buy the chicken place? Oh, well, let's definitely buy chickens. We'll go chickens. I'm hoping they work on this map, because like last one, they didn't, which is why I pulled out of Riverview, even though obviously Cavalier Roy says, no, it's not. It was. Yeah, literally, it worked for like a session or two, and then the eggs failed. It's the only map that it failed on, so it didn't, none of my eggs failed on any of the map that I'd ever tried, so it was only that one. And being as Cavalier Roy very kindly giving you a monstrous amount of chickens, it did make sense that you'd got to have the chickens work and the eggs work, so I left it. I presume it did get fixed, and if you're playing the map, it's not the end of the world. But I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? What only had that missing, really. So chickens, and how much? How many? Ooh, 1141. It's more than any that I've like done before. So that is quite amazing. As in, yeah, in FS25 that is. So then we do own this entire section. We do need a field, at least one field. So what about, that's ready to harvest, I think, isn't it, as well? Oh, it's a very nasty. Oh, it is. These are blind, but I do think we need at least, that's a very good price, isn't it? Very good price. Let's have a look at some of these others. Presume we could get up here from there. That's awful too. Oh, wow. Cavalier Roy, this is a bit of a nasty. Ooh, now that's a fairly nice bit of land. Ooh, so this one's the shining star of this side, is field 89, and it is 150,000. I think I've got to be honest, if we're going to do Farm Manager Proud, obviously I haven't like done 1.5 million or anything like that, so I've tried to still make it a challenge. And if we bought the farm and we buy that piece of land, then obviously the true trick to this is that you should buy equipment. And if we're starting, then we need to buy equipment. So I've got to sort of be a bit canny and a bit clever on what we're actually sort of buying, because there's nothing for the sales. And if we're starting straight away, which really is I'm trying to play in the spirit of a farm manager start. Right, so then let's pop over to the store and we will buy a few bits and bobs. Why have we not got the store icon up here? That's what I would like to know. Because vehicles is on, and so is everything, including everything. So, like, why is the store not appearing? It's a bit odd, isn't it? Really? We did see it to begin with, so really, I would have thought there used to be a sneaky way. Am I going the right way? Yeah, there is. It's sort of to the right of us. Used to be able to sneak through a little bit. So yeah, this is the back of the building. I should be able to sort of sneak through as a human being. So this is the store, but it's not appearing on the map as a store. It is obviously brand spanking new, so I'd have thought it was going to be here, and it is indeed. Now I always liked this store. I did. Not that we came up that much on actual, on the, we didn't pop up to the shop that much, but yeah, we shall this, you can buy it as well, you used to be able to, yeah. And you get the warehouse too, which, so would have made a difference, start that would, wouldn't it really, but I don't know, yeah, I'm trying to, how would I make that sort of play out? And also thinking about that, actually it won't be ready, it's sunflowers, so it's a nice field. That is loam, 71%, excellent. Right, so then we need to buy a bit of equipment. So what am I going to buy? Can't go too silly because we've not really got the cash to do that. So what would I choose as my beginning tractor? If I had got, well, I have. This is the choice, isn't it, really? So what would I go for? Would I go for that? No. No, I wouldn't. Not. Although we are probably going to go for something that's not too much bigger. Fiat ISMI modding team, 57 to 100. Have we got a front loader attacher? Modern attacks. I think it must mean attachers. I think long pipe. Can we go short? Ooh, with a curve. Oh, I like that. I like the idea of that. Engine. 100 horsepower. That's a bit. Yeah, if I can't have an attacher on it, well, I'll say no. Right, so what about these ones I was looking at? Because these are a little bit special. I mean, yeah, we're not talking the. Just 250 is not that much of the. It's not a terrible one, is it? It is a Bureau. We know that. You can see that without, like looking to, but it's a Bureau that's literally UT Universal Tractor brand. Right, I like it. Front work lights, yes. How quick? Yeah, you could. We'll go quick. Main colour. Let's keep it orange. I actually quite like orange, and the blue does suit it. So front wheel fenders, wheel setup. We'll go for, if this works. Oh no. That's not what I thought it was going to be. I thought we'd go narrows. Could make this our auxiliary vehicle, but it will need a front, sort of like 3-point link, but it's got a coupler, so we can use that, and it's also got that hitch as well at the front. So 250 horsepower. Cabin, no, I actually like it with that. 38,400 is our beginning tractor that's a bit of an everythinger. Yep. And we'll try and keep this like almost a start from scratch? Because it looks like such a lot of money, doesn't it? Do we need another? I think we'd sort of be guided as if it's a start from scratch. We do need a front loader console, though. Yeah, if we're going to do this, we definitely need to go front loader, and it is a stall. It's a stall. That is going back. The stall has actually just come into the thing as well. Actually, strangely enough, yes. So we want a standard quick. I do like the quick. They're always a fairly reasonable sort of price for them. It's a shame that's Kubota. We will probably go orange though. It does seem to match, doesn't it? Really. Or no, let's do it blue. Like it was a similar blue. It just matches everything in there. 9,500, yes. And what are we going to go as it's... Well, there's only one choice. That I really do love this. And it's quite... I do like the Altec as well, actually. It's a cracker. But the one I really love is the Albut by NASA. It's a beaut. Do we do that orange as well? No, I think it's too much orange going on there. Let's have a bit of... Let's do blue, not sure if it's the same blue. That's the only trouble. We're going to have 2 or 3 different blues going on, but let's buy that too, yes. And we're also going to go for let's go for my weight. It is it's a good, solid all-round weight. You need a weight, let's be honest. And that's a biggie. This is the telehandler weight, which always falls through the floor. We'll do this. I think we'll have this in black as well. It will honestly land on the ground. I have no idea why it does this. It's in the i3D. It is above ground. So, now then, harvester. Yeah, if we're going to start like this, we really do need a harvester. So, of course, I believe... I don't know, not necessarily. That's true, actually. One thing we are going to... Now, the other thing we need to do straight away is change those awful settings where you've got that automatic engine start. We'll have to do it on slow, even though it'll totally ignore me. Because it does. We don't want any of this nonsense. We do want 50-50 is what I've gone for. And I think it's quite good. I think we'll do a base save. So we've all seen it, and so that I can't lose up to this point. So we've got that cramping, but that's not really going to be good enough. Ooh, it's quite manoeuvrable. So it's a 250 horsepower start, which is about the same as if I'd gone for like my own brand. But mine doesn't have a front loader, but obviously it does have a front 3-point link, so you can actually... Ooh. Can actually do this. I could go for either or, couldn't I really? Now this weight would also go on the front too. If I do that, can I still get the... No, I can put this on the front though as well. Right, we do need, if we're going to go animals, so one thing we do need is a little trailer. I am going to choose my own for that one, because I like this one a lot. I was just saying this, I didn't appreciate how much this actually meant to me. Yeah, this actual one. Fantastic. Very reasonably priced. So if I do that in the normal config, will that attach still? Should do, technically, but that doesn't mean it will. It has got the attacher for this. Indeed it does. It's not quite right though on the attacher. Steel though needs a bit of work needs doing on that. So let's pop across to our farm. Obviously we'll buy bits and bobs. We'll give everything a chance. Although I probably will end up buying my left hand side, Mr. Smith. It is Britain. Should really know which. I did this on. Yeah, I did on Riverview as well. I was like charging around on the wrong side of the map. That's the biogas plant. Now we are very close to that as well. So let's just see. field 88. Well, that field that we've gone for is probably one of the few. It's actually quite reasonable. We've got narrows, so we've got a true workhorse. Let's go down our little track. It's a bit of a tight turning, but like you'd expect that on a British map. So our field is up to the left over there, and we have this here. Now I have actually got a cow barn. Yes, now we should be able to open the doors now. 712, amazing. So, and it looks like 100,000 litres slurry, 4 million manure, and straw, 200,000 food, 500,000 animals. Right, so this is the start. So we could straight away, if we're going to do this, where would we put our... Yeah, I think we'll do this as the animal start. And we will, if we're going to do that, the one thing we do need to do straight away now, let's look, it will be this side. Yeah, that's the slurry end, so that's got to be the milk end. We've got a feeding robot, which is nice to have. So I think we'll stick the as I have done a couple of times, we're going to go bionic. Yeah, definitely for this, because it won't break the bank. The bionics for the milk are not too expensive. I'm going to do that, where the actual body of it is like through the enclosure. Let's try and make the door... In fact, yeah, let's stick it through a little. I know we know it really... we've got to go into B mode to actually achieve that. But that is believable. The door is go-inable, I think. Let's have a look, because you can always sell it straight away if it's not as you think it is. But yes, no, we could open the door through that. Now, obviously, we take that section off, really, yeah, but it doesn't look too terrible. It sort of like ends at the two bits where it all does look a bit... Oh, no, it's the door handle. No, it is. It's, yeah, I will open that one day. I will actually do this model inside, and I will, you know, actually make a bit of an innards, I think. It just makes sense a little bit. And I'll do a bit of modelling. When I get a bit better at modelling and I've got a bit of time, I'll flesh out those kind of details that are the minute I lack. So that is our first business, will be that. So it means we need to buy some cows, which also means we need to buy a buy points. I'm going to do that if we're going to do like this. So it would make sense, probably. So we could be at either end. We could still do it there. Mind you, if we're going to use the feeding robot, it would really make sense that we did it up this end. Or we could sort of stick it on that very corner without it altering things too much. Or we could sort of go like opposite this, like into the karma sort of thing. Now, do we... No, it's legit. I'm just testing. I wasn't trying to like... Right, so we do want to put the farm sign down, that I insist on. I'm not sure if I don't think we've got a repair point or anything like that, so... Container. So we're going to stick... I am starting to go for my newer one rather than my older. Yeah. Because it just looks more like a little silo, which is, of course, what most of mine actually sort of do look like. So I think if we do... B mode just there, it's not going to be too bad. It's true, actually, I suppose. It's just, yeah, that's just... Yeah, I tell you why, because mine actually sells diesel too, so it just seems a bit sort of sensible that we just stick that in its place instead. I'm not trying to be horrible or anything like that, but if we stick that... Yeah, let's just have a look as well down the view so that it doesn't look too silly. So if you are a little bit, actually, I think that's fairly reasonable. It's accessible from all sides. So, actually, let's make it a bit closer. Now, my roof's almost in the roof of that one. So, smashing, sorted. So that's our buy point for buying TMR to begin with. Yeah, we can't just suddenly, like, all of a sudden we've got, you know, everything's all hunky-dory, because it's not, is it? So we're going to buy that and throw that into, well, we won't buy TMR, we will buy the constituent parts, and we let the the magic of the robot actually works. So I think this insists, if I remember rightly, though, if this is the case, of us doing... I'm not sure. We'll try it without the minifeed, but I think it's... yeah, I think it'll insist on minifeed. But we could, if that is the case, we could sort of put the mini self-sufficiency down too, which we could stick in this very corner here. And I have got a small one. I have a mini self-sufficiency. We could stick it behind this one, really, because it is small enough. Let's have a little bit of a look. I think we could still leave the karma there, but it's a bit... Do we sort of move that a little to try to use that area? Let's have a look first and see. This is quite a reasonably new one, and it seems highly appropriate. It's the mini self-sufficiency. It's a bit smaller than its bigger brother. It really is, so I will probably want that as close to that. I would like to give it a bit of room. It looks like we need to put it in V mode to make that work. As I would say, that is probably, you wouldn't want to go any like closer or further apart than that, would you really? I don't think. So that's the mini self-sufficiency, which does make mineral feed as well. We also like do something about the ground around that bottom of that, or wouldn't we as well? If it'll let us now, it might not. Oh, it sort of does a little. Yeah, it looks a bit odd. Now we do need to lift that as well, otherwise it's going to like drive us all crazy. Let's try and make it. Ooh, okay. Wow. So soften gently then. That looks not too terrible. Always a bit on the grey. That's it. That's about right. It's not proud anymore. Just a bit of a bump that leads up to it, which that's probably going to work. So then, it's taking shape. So we have a buy points to buy anything, which is a mini silo with storage in it. I mean, but obviously, you know, I'm playing roleplay now. It really is obviously we can buy whatever we like from it. But we've got this, which is, it can be the first business as well, but we've already done that. We've already got the beautiful dairy. So that's that. I think is enough of a start. We're down to 533,163. We do need to buy animals. I think if we're going to do this, we ought to do... But I am going to go with my favourites. I am. Because I really do love the water buffalo. But I think we're going to do it big. I mean, what I mean is like, you know, I'm not going to start with 30 animals or anything silly like that. And we are going to go 18 months old. So I think we're going to go... it's better if you use your middle mouse button. It's as close to zippity doodah as possible. So let's stick 100 animals in, which I don't think is too start. I mean, it's a big chunk of our cash, isn't it? Let's be honest. Fantastic. So then, looks like we actually straight away need to do a bit of feeding. So let's get that tractor working, shall we? Straight away. I believe we are right where we actually, yeah, it looked like it's a long way away, but it wasn't. I like the piece of wood at the back. Very quaint. So this is our little workhorse, but it is a 250, so it's not exactly like as you'd imagine. So let's get some TMR straight away. It's going to take a few journeys, but left tip. We want to be left tip because that is super duper. And this is actually the right orientation if we were going to go this way, so why not? Very, very typically English buildings as well, which I like. Oh. We haven't got it I was going to say, why is this not appearing? It's not appearing because actually you've not got it selected. Oh, no, we're going to like put some in to begin with. I know what I said about we're going to mix. We will, and we might be able to use a crampy, but I doubt it. Let's stick some emergency food straight in the trough. We don't own that other one. Is that horses? Do we do a bit of horses? So we would need to buy that, wouldn't we? Which is, I believe, 154. Let's leave it just for now, but it might be something that we do definitely insist upon soon. So we'll buy Just do a few of these to make us like probably about 70 tons or something like that. So 4 or 5 or 6 of these. And then I think what we'll do is we'll see if we can use the big crampy to actually dump into there. But I'm not sure that we will, but we'll try. It would make more sense. It's a lot bigger. I'm not sure, obviously, to accommodate this, if this is going to be a full... Marty was literally sort of quite specific about his sort of requirements for this, and I've got to be honest, Maypole's a very firm favourite of mine. Cavalier Roy is one of my absolute favourites. In my top 3 map makers, definitely, along with JM Gaming and... I'm trying to think if there's... I like Callie as well. Callie's a good map maker, but I'd say he was just not quite in my top 3. But yeah, Cavalier Roy, Oxygen Davids, and JM Gaming would be in my top 3 map makers, each with their own idiosyncrasies. Yeah, I mean, none of them are like... Oh, no, Cavalier Roy isn't. Cavalier Roy stands out to me as he is a real crowd pleaser. He really does. And don't get me wrong, he still does things in his own way. He insists on certain things. Sometimes you get punished for like selling farm buildings on certain maps. You know, that is it, and I appreciate that is his call, and I appreciate that as a map maker. I do like the fact you can chop trees down and things like that, which was always my bugbear with Oxygen David, was that you couldn't change anything. It was always like casting and stuff. But I've got to be honest, Oak Ridge was a little bit different, so it was. So it was a completely different sort of thing. Oxygen David departed from all of his norms, and I quite like that. Should have done the weight into blue as well. Actually, it's not. If it's not the same blue, it matches. Just tie everything together like that, doesn't it? Can't see the blue. It's a bit darker, the blue at on the actual tractor though, but it still matches well. I think actually the lighter blue is a bit more punchy. And I somehow managed to match the two things. I think they are the same blue, so that was lucky. It's more by luck than judgment, as that old saying goes. So what have we got in there now? That's not too terrible. So let's just see, can we bring the big crampy across, and can we do a real load of like, no, with this one I don't think we will be able to make. Its brakes are a bit terrible. Yeah, its brakes are inadequate for its, yeah, it's sort of like, not, I was literally put them on almost straight away and it didn't stop. Yeah, I've got some hooks coming. Those are like a temporary measure, those pretend hooks. Yeah, it was. I'd realised that sorry, that was a bad pull out. Yeah, I realised I had actually grabbed another modder's work with that, so I immediately ripped them out and thought, well, let's make do for now. We'll just make use of proper shapes in the game, and I did, so that I'm not actually... Yeah, I crossed a few lines at the beginning of my modding when I was learning the ropes, and I did take a few I'm trying to think of the right word. I cut a few corners that didn't feel wrong at the time, and then a few months in they did. I thought, yeah, it's would I like that doing to me? And I thought, not particularly, not really. Right, where I would imagine if we've got this, it's probably, no, I'm not going to guess, because it might be totally wrong. Let's just switch their marks on for a minute and we'll do a mark. So, we've got speed on 5, haven't we? So that's going to waste it. We will keep that on, and it'll do that autosave as you saw, which is not too intrusive. Switch them on just for seeing where the repair is on this. No, it's not on its original. It's here. Okay. Let's stick, if it'll let us. Most map makers do allow you to do this now, where you can actually put a blob of paint down. Or it might be because I've got that mod on that's like paints anyway. It could be that as well. But what I've been doing recently is concrete shattered, although it's a sort of... Yeah. No, it's seeable. Yeah, we can see that. So that I could then switch those off. I didn't mean to click that. Switch those off again and see. It does sort of, yeah, that stands out a little bit. I've just got to remember to sort of go under the tree every time, really. So let's have a look. Let's repair you. 695. You were brand new, so you shouldn't need any kind of repair just yet. Right, let's take this across and see, can we buy individual constituent parts, and does it need mineral feed? That is the question. So we're down to 400,000 already, and we've not exactly gone mad, have we, really? We've only got one tractor. It's not... yeah, it's already at the point where... But we've got... yeah, we've got the main sort of animals. We haven't bought any chickens just yet, but I'd like to... Yeah, we really need to find our feet a little bit. It's no good like buying things and not having any sort of infrastructure to deal with what you've actually got, is it? So let's... got sunflowers as our only asset to date. So then, can we buy and put it in these little yellow chevrons? That is the true question. So look, we're going to need some straw. What we'll do is, well, we've already got some emergency in, so let's... Now that's true. Yeah, it's the middle one. So, middle one. That'll be the diesel it's trying to like tell me. Maybe it's going to be very tight. So silage and hay. Ooh, no, it is a little bit. It's going to scrunch a little into it. It's not exactly getting away with it, but it's sort of almost. Hay. Which is this first one, so we need to be changing the angle, I would say. And if this first session is us getting into the farm and like sort of having a look at it, then so be it. Yeah. This is probably one of the few that you would actually get away with this particular kind of tip with this. This is my biggest thing with the animals, really, is I've not had this is my very first robot, which is always a bit of a crowd pleaser, really. And let's be honest, Cavalier Roy's really treated us to the farm. You could have spent $1 million on a lot of places, sort of straight away. So, silage. You're about right as well. And we should see whether it mixes or whether we need to actually buy or make a bit of mineral feed. I don't think it's going to go on the hour, but we've only got 7 minutes to wait, so if we just... Will it let you do it sideways like this? It looks like it. In which case, it's not really that major a problem, is it? We can just go sideways for everything. So if we stick another hay in, it should mix in 7 minutes, 6 minutes now. Yes, I'm going to have to make a room for this. At the minute I've got Lady Hill. I could switch Lady Hill to a short, for, you know, like for now. So we want to go 2 hay. It would be the normal mix if it's not expecting mineral. If it is, we will buy some constituent parts to make some, not as a business, but actually so that we can actually start this going sort of straight away. Now it's the very first one. So we've got 2 parts hay, 1 straw and 1 silage. which I believe is the standard, or I consider the standard mix, really. So it won't show in the storage, I don't think. It won't sort of show anything at all, because it's not classed as, you know, like showing in this, that 71 tons is all. We do need a bit of straw, though, if we're going to do this. So let's go back to the other trailer. Stick this sort of like in this area. Oh no, because doesn't the mixing robot have to come down there? So let's just stick that sort of there. Like so, we'll grab the... Which did we leave in there? And are we facing the wrong way? Probably. Its brakes are a bit spongy. It's going to take me a bit getting used to, because I'm going to like career into things a few times. So I ask for your forbearance on this, because it's, yeah, it take a little bit of time. It really is very, very spongy brakes. Yeah, so you sort of go on and on and on and on type thing. It's like doesn't want to stop. So straw is what we're after. We'll do 3 or 4 of these, and then I think for a first session, that's not a bad place to leave it. So we've got the constituent parts. The scene is set, as that old saying goes. Starting businesses, or starting business, and then obviously it can be a business. The self-sufficiency, the Mini, can be a business. It's not as powerful as it's big. That was all me. I'm not blaming anything other than myself on that one. Yeah. It's that's true. Actually, we will just go for the feeding robot. So we should soon, in about 3 minutes, find out whether or not that robot is going to work, or whether he needs mineral feed. I have a sneaky feeling he actually needs mineral feed to actually work. I don't think he's going to come out and play. We shall see. Might be wrong. I don't think I really do think I'm right. In which case, what we'll do when it gets to 11 o'clock, we shall mix some mineral feeds ourselves, the constituent parts, and which means we're going to need a liquid tanker. Now again, I've moved to my own models from the Abbey. I've still got the Abbey in, but I've now corrected all faults on my personal one, and it is a fairly hefty trailer, even for the small, and it's the same model for the small, medium and large. When I say the same model, I don't mean the same size, but it is the same model. But yeah, I'm trying to move away from those beginning things that you do as a modder. It's not finished, it's still a work in progress, but it is sort of finished. It's working, so it's it's sort of perfected in so much as it no longer, well, I haven't had it fail on dumping recently. I tweaked it a few days ago, and it's been I've not been to a single place where it's not said dump anymore. So I think I fixed that. It dumps properly. It's a liquid tanker, not right. Yeah, it does a lot, if not all of the liquids. It's supposed to do all. I don't think I've forgotten any, but I may have done. Yeah, I did forget digestate for a while. On some of the models, it's weird. Some of them I actually remembered it, and then others I'd forgotten. I don't know why. Because normally I would copy the XML from one to the other and just tweak it, but I don't think I did on that one. So that is 10:59. So let's just do a few of these straw runs, because it's for bedding. It's not really going to hurt, is it? Let's kill that minute, and let's see if that robot comes out, and I think the answer will be no. Mineral feed is too expensive to buy, though, so we'll buy the constituent parts. That's a save kicking in. It's very uncomfortable. Actually, I say saving, but I would presume it was the save. Usually just a little funny saving thing at the top, but I didn't see it. We obviously need to precision farm. So again, these are another elements of the game that we need. We could lease, I suppose, but it's such a big part that, you know, I think what we'll do is we'll treat ourselves to the Scout. I know we're going to go for my old favourite, which is the 65, and we're going to go for Black and design red. Yeah, I like that. 17,000. We will buy it. Yes. And we also going to need a fertilizer, which we're going to go with mine. It's just had, oh yeah, so we need a barrel. We've just sort of said that. So I do like that by your dog face. That is a real beaut. Yeah, a little bit on the large side, really, for that kind of thing. So we want to go for my 7,700. I don't know why I've got it the large, because it's actually the small, but yeah, 14,777. I have got another one, but it looks like I've not got that in at the minute. All right. Yeah, its wheels are slightly uneven. Yeah, I've got to fix that to make them slightly the same. So that's got that. We want a fertilizer spreader to stroke limer. It makes a bit of sense, especially if we've got precision farming. So we should start with my beautiful little 277, which has now got a frame. It's properly blended. The only things that aren't blended, you can see it's got the numbers on, which means I've not quite done the diffuse right on the red, and I'm going to change the silver bars to red too, but that has got a proper frame because it was a bit unsteady. So, yep, and we want a box that goes with it. If we're using that system, we need a front box to go with it to assist. We don't design, and we want the BI177. Do we want the front weight? This is about as much use as a chocolate fire guard for our tractor. So do you know something? I think we'll say no for that. We're somehow going to have to do something special, aren't we? Or we need to buy something like the Xylon, but we are getting a bit low on cash. So do you know something? We're going to have to make do. Isn't it amazing? Farm manager, and all we've got is one tractor, but look at our money. It's certainly, now it's gone to 1102, so it seems to me that that does not like without mineral feed. So what do we need to make mineral feed? We want digestate. Well, let's just finish on this note, even though it's probably is going to be a longer first session, but we're setting the scene, so I yeah, really do. We can make a bit of silage additive, but not that that helps us, like you can't sell it anyway. So, straw, wheat, stones, digestate is the main constituent part. So, a bit of stones. So, let's grab a bit of stones. We need some straw as well, so we may as well grab that. So, we'll mix a bit of mineral feed. Let's be honest, it's not going to need an awful lot. Should just about avoid. Fantastic. So stones. We'll go and grab that trailer. The liquid. So we want some stones. So stones. Where is the stones? I always, yeah, go the wrong way normally to actually do this, so wow, I think I definitely went the wrong way around. We'll just get a full amount. I'm not going to try and fry because we can make a bit of lime as well, so it makes sense that we probably would do what we've just done. So yeah, I've actually got a new icon for BI Industries, but it'll probably take a few months for it to start filtering through because there's a lot of mods that I've done that need changing for something major like that. I'm quite pleased with this icon. It's so we need wheat or yeah. So we'll grab some wheat, I think, and we'll choose that one. I think that's right. Sure, there's a wheat version. Sure there is. Let's have a look. I'm sure it's got 3 different versions of the mineral feed. Wheat, yeah, that's the one we looked at, isn't it? Yes, it is. So that's very cheap wheat. Switch that on. Mineral feed. That's it. And we do want to keep, because it can't distribute across the road. We'll have to manually shift it. Fantastic. So we need to go grab that liquid tanker. Yes, it is a fairly hefty tanker, but it is a fairly hefty tanker, if you know what I mean. It's not a little small shrinking violet. It's a fairly hefty thing. Yeah, so it is true. We literally, let's be honest, we have bought the farm, we've set the scene, we've got only the one tractor, admittedly, but we've still got a bit of money. We are going to stick a generator down as well. I'm not going to go with my own. Yeah, I found a beautiful one. I can't remember if it's by Hispano or it's one of the big modders, but it's a really nice, quite a small form factor generator. And it's a bit smaller form factor than my own, which I tend to be, but I like mine because it costs a bit. Oh, that's lights. You've done lights again. Yeah. So let's grab the tank. We could sort of cleverly grab that by like grabbing that, like so. That'll work. I'm not sure if we could put it inside the fertilizer spreader. We'll come back. We will. Let's just grab that. Now I think it's almost right at the back now. Yeah, the attacher almost. Yeah, it is almost. It has been in lots of various places that were not in the right place. Yeah, that is actually. Wow, you got a smack bang on. Excellent. Makes a change. You can see it is rather a large. Believable 14,777 litres. It's a bit big. I think it's not far off right. In fact, it may be a little bit of a, like not quite big enough. The pictures are not quite right on the side. It's something I keep, I will get right. I do get it right. Again, I've changed the models quite a bit, so... but it's not too terrible. It's a bit wonky. It's not quite right. I don't know why it is, because it was like all blended properly. Although I think this one actually isn't, but it doesn't. We don't do any work with it per se, so you get away with it remaining clean. But yeah, for some reason it seems a bit warped to one side. It needs to lean slightly to the right, and I don't know why. Because the shape did come from Blender. Yeah, like with a cut bottom like that, you can't do that in Giants. It's definitely a Blender. Right, so digestate. And then with speed, we will... Yeah, we'll go through till tomorrow, and then we'll leave it. No, we'll leave it where we are, I think. Yeah, we'll just... So we've set the scene. This is going to be rather a long one already, so... Fantastic. It's going to be fairly hefty as well. So it's a lot of liquids, that. So that should now be switched off and not complaining anymore because it's got everything. So it should make quite a bit. The biggest thing it needs is digestate. So we'll do 2 lots of the digestate. So that that's the leader. Let's just drop that. Precision farming. It's not like we need a lot of... yeah. It's not a lot for it, is there really? We will get the adapter for this, so it has got a front 3-point link though, because I do really like that. Yeah, it's the other reason I sort of did what I did. In fact, let's get that ordered. It's just get the scene set, everything that we need. I believe it's in miscellaneous. No, not that miscellaneous. There's too many miscellaneouses. So we'll go, and I think we will go with the blue. Which I think it was the Rabbi blue. Yes. Fantastic. So that's sitting at the store waiting for us. So we can now stick a 3-point link. Let's grab some more of that. Without backing into the thing would be preferable. Just stay fantastic. It isn't as powerful as the big one. The mini, yeah, it's about half as powerful, so it really is staying in harmony with... oh, I was going to say, why am I not... Is me saying, oh, my dump's not letting me down, and then it's not dumping. But that's because you're not actually got it selected. That's fine. Excellent. So that is... So we're left with 364,000 euro dollars. I believe we're in dollars, Mr. Smith. You've not rung the bank and actually changed it to pounds. So there we go. It's on pounds. So that is it. We are down to £364,600. The scene is set. We have got our mineral feed, which we will begin to make. So we've got a few, should have a few tiny little bits. 207 litres. Oh, the manure is showing is in the mini self-sufficiency. Wow. So, wow, I keep saying this about the catchment area of these. I hope that's not going to cause issues. I mean, again, I didn't put it exactly right next door, did I? It's I don't know that I'd expect the range on that. Again, this is, I was saying this. There is no range finder. There's no ability for this. The game to say, oh, you're going to be a bit close to this, which really, being as it causes so much grief, you'd think there was. So sort of like a bit of a warning that this is going to be in the catchment area of, you know, your... But, yeah, it is what it is. So far, that's not something the Giants have actually ever done. So let's stick that over there. Again, brakes. Honest, I did have them on. Did, in my defence. Oh, no, that's not what I was trying to detach. I was trying to detach that. Right, so that is where we're going to leave it. Scene is set, 100 animals. We have a dairy, and we have the mini self-sufficiency, and we do have a buy point, which is a mini silo, really, wink wink. We have a feeding robot. We are going to like do that at some point soon. So I'm going to leave it there for the first session. Yeah, welcome to Maypole Farm. I hope you're going to join me on this journey. So it does mean that Lady Hill, I'm going to have to sort of cut it short. I don't mean I won't go back, but what I mean is that I was going to obviously stay for a bit more, but it's going to be a long, short run. I mean a very long, short run, because it's already got quite a few sessions under its belt, which are obviously not all aired yet, but they are created. So yeah, I'm going to cut that short, and this will become the English full-term Let's Play for a little while. I did sort of ask Marty a long time ago, so it's only fair that we go with what I asked him, and this is what he's gone with. So plot 93, which, did we actually buy that plot? He was actually quite specific about plot 93, wasn't he? So no, we didn't. Can we afford it? Did he really mean I'd got to buy plot 93 though, or did he expect me not to buy the farmyard? That's the question you've got to ask yourself. Maybe he did. So I think the spirit of what Marty said, we've actually bought a farmyard, and we are a farm manager too. So we've almost done. I've got to be honest, this sort of feels a bit like a start from scratch, new farmer start and farm manager all rolled into one, because it is a bit of a fighting start. We're not really, yeah, we're down to quite a bit of cash for saying we had what we had, and we've only got one tractor, a couple of trailers, and a liquid tanker, and a fertilizer spreader, and it's a real bare bones set of equipment, and yet we are down to 364,600. So I think it feels like a bit of a battle already, because that's going to all, obviously, it's going to accommodate us buying now. The other thing we'd want to do to round this off is to put the, now that is our path to the side, so we don't want to be like putting anything down. We want the generator. I love this. It really is quite amazing. I would like a decent one though, so I don't want like a little shrinking violet. That seems a waste of space to me. Oh. Yeah, I don't think we're going too much. So that really is. Can we twist it? If we do, it's not owned by us, so we need to. That is. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's not really taken any like space of what we. So there we go. We got that down as well. So we're down to 357,100. We've got a decent generator. It's not silly, but it is good. There's no denying this fact. We are on hard economy, or should be. I did set that, but let's just check the settings on camera before we disappear. Pounds, hard, yeah, timescale real time. Traffic is on. Seasonal growth, yes. 1 day months. Snow is on. Disasters are on. And the boy, have we got some disasters. Dirt is slowed down a little. Automatic engines off, and fuel usage, we're going to stick to normal. Everything else is pretty much what I would call my standard settings. So that is the first session. Yeah, scene is set. Everything is on that. Oh, one thing you've not actually done. Don't know where we're going to stick this though. So I don't think we own that field. Where will we stick our farm sign? I think we'll probably have to do it against that, like so, as close to the body of that, because then it will be visible, but it doesn't get in the way a lot. Right, I don't think that's too terrible, really. So there we go. Eliakim's Farm. Welcome to Eliakim's Farm on Cavalier Roy's fantastic map. One of my firm favourites, Maypole Farm. And it is different. Yeah, I've never done this particular place, I don't think. I really don't think I have. So this is Eliakim's Farm. Welcome. Yeah, it's a bit of a conundrum, that picture, if you look closely. The physics are typically, yeah, it's very, very different. There's some animals that I don't think exist in real life. There is a cow with antlers, and there is, the sign is going into that. It is a real, that, I'm not sure that is a real cow. That one looks a conundrum of a chicken and a cow and all sort. This one looks okay. That, look at the face on that. It's bizarre. Yeah, it is. There's very strange faces. Sort of like, yeah, they struggled with it, and I'm sure some of those are cross between rabbits and sheep. I have no idea. They're definitely not birds, although the top ones are. It is. I kept it for the comic value. I thought it was quite comical. Because people obviously talk about AI, but it is, I mean, it's a bit of a conundrum that really, the more you look at it, the more it like thinks, that's a bit strange, and that's why I left it. I thought it was a bit of one of those, it's a bit of a, it's got everything going on for a farm, but also you do wonder about the animals. But that is it. So the scene is set. We've got our sign, we've got our farm. We are a manager of a farm. We will have some, this robot will come out and play. We will definitely insist. It's going to rain in a bit. Next session, we'll get that field scanned and fertilised and limed. We've got the narrow, so we will get that done. So all that remains to be said is goodbye for now.